seconds. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome back to the Tournament of Champions Game of the Week. Now, you might be asking yourself, Zubaz, why does it always have to be Tournament of Champions Game of the Week? It doesn't, bitch. It can be anybody. So if you want to get on the Game of the Week, you just got to let me know. Give me a time. I will be there. Now, second thing, I got to stop the show right now because I'm already getting hit up from all the ladies in the chat, all the ladies of CSFBL who are saying, Zubaz, why are you wearing all that Packers stuff? Well, it's because the Packers just clinched the first round bye and home field advantage. And so, okay, now the ladies are asking, Zubaz, what's going on below the waist? I know ladies have been asking that for a long time, so I'm going to show you. Here we go. It's more Zubaz. Bam! That's right, son. I live up to my name. I got the stripes on, so that's why they won. Reggie White jersey. Okay, enough about that. So all right. I'm joined today by Bobcat, who's going to help me officiate this. I actually brought him in because he's a big guy, he's a strong guy, and I need help separating these two because these two guys hate each other. And so we'll get into that here in a second. But the biggest rival,
Pimp's not here.
That's everybody versus Pimp. These two guys hate each other so much. It is become quickly the biggest rivalry in sports, not just CSFBL. So with that, I will welcome to the show Slick and Perry. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
What's going on?
All right, Slick, you're looking a little tired.
Just a little bit. I'm off a 15-hour trip. I literally just walked in the door and sat down for the game. So this better be good. I better be able to sleep real good after this.
Yeah, because you're actually up here. So this is an elimination game. Potentially you're up 3-2. And so this is a must win for Perry. I got a few things to talk about with the game specifics, but just in general, Slick, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you?
About a 6.5 right now. I got to win this game. If I don't win this game, I think it's over because I don't have a good game 7 starter.
Perry's bringing back the couch.
He's bringing back Couch, and Couch is due for a good game. He's had 2 bad games. He got lucky in game 1. He had a bad game in game 4. He's back for game 7. He's due for a good game. He's got both his starters in game 6 and 7 coming back at 100%. I got my starter here going 90%. I have no idea what I'm going to do for game 7 if this doesn't work out. So,
before you hopped on, that was one of the things I was talking about is I thought I was really confused, to be honest, about the pitchers that you chose for the series, because it put you in a really awkward position going into a potential game 7 of who you're going to start. So do you have any idea? When I'm looking at it, it's difficult because it seems like the better of the 2 options is going to be the guy with less EN.
Well,
lower fatigue, I mean.
Yeah, the whole reason I didn't start Butterfield game 1 was because he has not done well against Perry's team. And he probably lost his last 3 games or so. He didn't really have a good run at the end. And I lost confidence in him. And I felt like my 2 and 3 starters they were like 5-1 against Perry. So I was real confident in my game 2 and 3 starters. So what I did was I pushed him off. I said, I think he's got a better chance of getting a win not facing Couch. And so that's what I did. I pushed that off. I might regret this, but as you said, it kind of sets me up with a tough game 7, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, you got to go for the win. So you're doing the right thing. I mean, to be fair, pitching in general hasn't gone too well. Perry, Couch got the win in game 1, but definitely probably didn't deserve it. How are you feeling about a potential game 7 with Couch coming back? He has a win that he didn't deserve, and then the loss in game 4. So have you lost confidence in maybe one of the best aces in the entire league?
Absolutely not. Couch is a stud. He's an uber stud. I love him. He can give up 10 runs a game, and I'll still get in the 147 starts. It just doesn't matter. He's such a stud. I'll never lose confidence in him. I'm gonna when he passes away, I'm gonna taxidermy him, put him on my mantle. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. I think my chances in Game 7 are very good. A lot better than my chances, I think, here in Game 6. So really hoping to pull out a lucky win in Game 6 so that I can, really slam the door in Slick's face in Game 7 with Couch.
Oh, there we go. So let me see if I can pull that up, because
So what I
Yeah,
did
please.
do here was, speaking of slamming the door, I did put Butterfield in as my closer and tag the option. So if there's a save situation, Butterfield will be coming in from the bullpen to close us out, which would probably eliminate his availability for Game 7. But
Gotcha.
Can you see my screen now?
We can, yeah.
Okay, so
I thought you were going to spoil it. I was like,
no,
oh no,
no,
there's
I
the
was
team
really
page.
careful. That's why I didn't have it up right off the bat. That would have been the worst stream ever. Where I wanted to start is actually Perry with talking about Kevin Daniels, because I tipped it before the start of the show, but I've fallen in love with this guy throughout the season. So here's why I love this guy. And we said it before the show started, but a guy like this with 94 control is mediocre at best. With his 98, potentially 99 control, he becomes a star. Not only did this guy pitch 300 innings, but he has the second best strikeout to walk ratio in the league. It's like 7.15. Now, coming into the bandbox of a park that you have, what do you expect out of him?
So he's one of these guys that either gives up a ton of runs and gets pulled in like the 4th or 5th, or he does like a complete game giving up like 1 run, like 9 innings, 1 run. So it's almost a coin flip when you're facing a human team, if he's going to have an amazing game or if he's going to, get the yank early. But
what does that low specialty do to him?
It doesn't really seem to notice. I don't even know what specialty does.
Well, it almost feels like it's a modifier of some kind, but with this guy, it almost doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't feel like it helps him or hurts him.
I mean, look at his whip. I mean, the guy has a better whip than Couch.
He has a better whip than Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying?
So he's definitely a guy that I loved having him on my team, especially in the regular season, because he could just pitch a ton.
With 77 power, there's no way he was racking up, a strikeout an inning versus human teams. I wonder how much of that is against drone teams. I don't know that he won 25 human games.
I just pitched him as much as I could without trying to focus him on drawing games. Don't look. Okay.
I almost screwed that up. I almost went to the game logs. Yeah, don't let me do that again.
Okay.
No, we're good. We're good.
So from
just to touch on that strikeout theory, I think that control is dismissed a little bit in the fact of getting strikeouts. I'll give you my case in point. Lacefield, who Slick during the draft was like, oh, he's an inning eater because he's at like a 98 endurance, but he was an 83 finesse, 95 control. He had about 62 power, and he struck out about 7 a game. So as a ground ball pitcher with a lot of control. So I think there's a little bit to say with when you talk about control and getting actual strikeouts.
Yeah. I don't know if there's maybe some kind of hidden attribute where controlled pitchers get like called strikes instead of swinging strikes like the power hitters do. I don't know. Just a theory.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could tell you, but I have no idea. All right. So Slick, let's jump over to Harrison here, who I feel like might be even better than his ratings. I think maybe he suffers a little bit being a lefty, but he seemed to be a bit hot and cold, but overall his attribute line is strong.
Yeah, he's 15-5. I almost never pitched him against drones, so that's almost all human.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and that goes with all my big three starters. I did not pitch them against drones because I basically had 8 or 9 starters throughout the year, and I had team A and team B. That's kind of how I ran it. It worked out pretty well for me. I didn't have any CFAT or anything. But yeah, he's been he's not obviously not a strikeout pitcher. He's a ground ball pitcher.
Yeah.
I've had games where he's only had like one ball to the outfield. So if he's going to succeed here in this bandbox, he needs to keep it in the infield. Mind you, I did change my lineup towards the end of the year, so I've got several players out of position. You don't have to click on them, but
yeah, no, I wanted to talk about it.
Renee Ogden is a center fielder. I've got him playing second base. I moved my 96 range second baseman over to shortstop. So I'm sacrificing a little bit, but I did this to get my my shortstop out of there, who was not doing well. His OPS was like 500, and that was my offensive shortstop. I had already replaced my defensive shortstop earlier in the year. So I just saw that I pulled the numbers for the human teams late in the year, and I just saw he wasn't doing the job at all. So this Brent Daniels actually is somewhat decent. I want to say he's got like a 720 OPS, I think, against humans. So that's my number 8 hitter. That's my worst hitter. The rest of them are all, pretty well, or pretty good against humans. Presley actually had a home run against Perry's pitcher that
Daniels?
in Daniels, yeah. The last time he saw him, so I kept him in there, and the rest of the lineup's pretty much. I think I moved things around last minute though. So I did same players, but I moved the lineup around last minute while I was driving.
I have 2 quick questions there with the lineup. I gotta say, I looked, and you made more lineup changes than any other team, I think, in the entire tournament. And that's something that I always watch Clone do. And I was always trying to figure out exactly what he was doing and why. And he always said a lot of it just came down to hunches, but I just don't believe him. When you were moving these all around, what were you making judgments on because like playing a second baseman out of position at short, that's a big decision, especially when you drafted guys for that position. So how were you thinking about perfecting this?
Yeah, so when I drafted, I tried to draft pretty as balanced as I could and have kind of backup plans for things that might not have worked. And one of the things that I found early on was that defense was just not as valuable as I thought it was going to be. And so I had to consistently kind of adjust what I was doing and infuse more offense into my lineup to be able to compete. I lost my first 7 human games. I got destroyed. It was bad.
Wow. And you bounced back to make the play. I mean, that is not easy to do. So a lot to be said for that. Did you apologize to Perry for making fun of him for having a 62 range shortstop when you made that discovery? Because you were pretty harsh about it.
Charity?
Yeah, Charity.
You're playing him at short? Yeah.
Charity, yeah.
I wanted Charity. I wasn't going to play him at short. That's not what I was thinking about then. But I mean, clearly you had the redraft experience, so you knew what these type of.
I said he was my favorite player in the draft, but I wouldn't have put him at short. At 62,
nobody in redraft.
Brave,
nobody in redraft has ever had a 62 range shortstop. That's never happened. I was just this was kind of just on a whim, like, will this work? Because I need if I could put an extra 98 slug in my lineup and he can maybe pass that short, then that would be cool.
See, that's one of the benefits though of having a control pitcher. An elite control pitcher keeps balls out of play.
That's it. The 7.15. I was just going to say the exact same thing. You're exactly right. And that has a bit of a nod to what you did with all the lineup tweaking. What I thought you were doing is doing a lot of lineup changes based on who was pitching as well. And I think that was a sign of your experience. The one other thing I wanted to ask you about is you do something that I'm a big proponent of. I don't have the numbers to back it up. I've just watched so many games on play-by-play that I think it's the right thing to do, and that's to bat your worst hitter 8th. Do you always do that and then try to get somebody to get it going? Because it feels like, especially in these all-star leagues, the talent is so good that keeping the lineup moving almost becomes more important than anything.
Absolutely. So my best hitter, my biggest slugger is usually in the 2-hole. And I've got a second leadoff guy batting ninth. I love a good, if he's got 98 discipline and he can't hit for anything else, at least he'll get a walk and get on base, and he starts the whole thing over again. So I think that is an excellent way of building a lineup. That's the way I usually try to do it. You'll see that Presley here is 88. He's probably my worst pure hitter. I mean, he doesn't have much slugging, but he's an on-base guy, and so he's an excellent nine-hole hitter.
He is. And one last thing I got to say about your lineup is so far in these playoffs, John Edwards has been an absolute nightmare to deal with. I think he has 4 home runs. He has four home runs, 9 RBIs. And even though like you got Thompson with a more on-base percentage, if those games one by one, Edwards did it at the right time all the way through. So he's
yeah. I had Edwards rated as the number 2 hitter in the entire draft. So
look at that. I mean, you're almost
pretty happy with him.
900 OPS for the series so far. So boy, that's pretty damn good when he's pitched couch twice.
Yep.
All right, over to the Party Wolf. You have not been batting as well, but you'll notice that you guys have the exact same number of runs. You both have 26 runs. It's been a super competitive series, but no one's really jumping off the map. Obviously, Charity and Widger are both pretty good, but what are you thinking from your lineup?
Yeah, I mean, they're at home now. I'm just hoping that a lot of those fly balls go over the fence.
Thinking about the slugging category, I would think, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hoping guys that when we do hit the home runs, there's some people on base, because we have pretty decent discipline as well to get some walks and then hit the home runs once they're on base.
Look at this range.
Yeah, it's pretty poor, but Hobson at 94, a true second baseman at 94. I feel like the range, the positions near shortstop can help out a deficiency.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And so if you have 94 second base, it makes up a little bit for the 62 of Charity.
Do you guys, hey Bob, are you noticing how these guys are taking subtle digs at each other? Where he's like, my second baseman, he's playing in the position he's supposed to. And then Slick earlier was talking about playing somebody with actually good range at shortstop. What's your take on these guys?
Well, my worst hitters.
I can't believe you didn't bring up the obvious fact. Yeah, his range is horrible, but no one else in our league uses the shift like Perry does. He has like his right fielder playing roving fielder and like behind the second baseman, and he backs up Charity with the third baseman a little bit, and he has like the third base coach from the other team playing third base for him when he slid over and everything. So yeah, I mean that's how he gets away with it.
He has the ball boy like sneaking across the foul line occasionally. That I didn't think about that. That's good good management. So obviously a lot of slugging in a small park. But the one thing that is also really noticeable when you go from this team to this team is the average BA goes down about 20 points. You think that's going to affect you today?
That I built my team with that in mind, where if I was going to sacrifice in one of the categories, it was going to be bat, because my theory was that slugging was the most important, especially in the small ballpark. If I'm able to get 94 plus slugging guys in a ballpark or in a lineup, then small stadium's the way to go. I'm going to win a lot of games, and I did. So just hoping that we can win a couple more.
Bob.
Yeah, I think I underestimated how well that worked in a small park. Yeah, Perry did a good job drafting for his needs. I kind of busted on him a little bit for that, the BA being so low, but he makes up with it with the discipline, and the discipline that works in any park. Doesn't matter what park it is. You get a walk, it's a walk, and he's getting men on base, and he's hitting home runs. So He's
Man.
scoring his runs.
I mean,
Slick just told me that I did a good job drafting. That's a win right
No,
there.
no, no, no,
I
but
don't
you
even need
didn't
to win
see-
the game. I
but
won.
below the camera, he was doing air quotes. He was like, does a great job drafting.
Oh, okay. Now I need to win the game. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you guys made the playoffs. So I really am. You guys like hate each other, despise each other, and I love that about both of you. Real quick, we got to get this game started. I'll talk to you about these guys all day, but real quick, Slick, I'll start with you. If you win or lose, what is going to be the one thing that you're going to be watching that's most important for your team to do?
I think my offense does fine in this park. I'm not worried about that. Harrison is a ground ball pitcher. He needs to keep the ball on the ground and out of the outfield bleachers.
That's it, right? Ground balls. I'm with you on that. The number of ground balls are going to determine this game. I think you're right. Barry, what's the one thing your team either does or doesn't do that decides this game?
Hit a lot of home runs.
Okay, so it's the same thing.
Just hit a lot of home runs.
So we're in agreement that there's going to be a lot of balls in play when you're up. It's just a matter of whether or not they're outs or out.
Yeah, if they do go out, if they're solo shots, that's a bad sign too. So
yeah, which can happen with teams like this sometimes. So
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think we're ready to get this party started here. Now just work with me here and tell me if game view's up.
It's up.
Is it large enough? Can you see it?
Yeah,
Or can I make it bigger? I don't know.
That's okay to me.
Big.
Oh,
Is that too big? Oh yeah, no, we can do this, right?
Yeah, that should be fine.
So one thing that I thought about doing. So each time that there is a called third strike, I'm going to get up and do the old little zazz, zazz.
All right,
I think that's good.
I like that. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna start this game on. People told me I got to slow it down a little bit, so I guess we'll just start it on like 2 or something and see.
2's pretty slow.
Yeah.
I watch every game on 4.
Wait a minute. Can I only do this when? Oh, there we go. Sorry. All right, so I'm just gonna start it on 1 for a second, just because the national anthem and all that shit.
Exactly. Do I have to take off my wolf hat?
Yeah. So
go.
obviously, oh yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna try for a flyover, but the stadium was too small.
I like that.
Okay, so the franchise 4 coming up to bat, Carol Zamora is going to be leading this whole party off. We didn't even talk about her.
She's followed by Lauren.
Yeah,
Carol.
and then Renee,
So yeah, it's a co-ed team.
and then Juana.
I didn't realize you were from San Fran.
All right. Yeah, maybe 2 is going to be too slow. We'll try 3. Maybe get it up to 4. We'll see how much we talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Top of the first.
All right. Woo.
Ground ball the second.
Oh, I gotta get this thing up there. So Hobson is earning his paycheck. I have a feeling that guy's going to get 9 grounders this game. That's another thing that might determine this game, is how much Hobson can get to the ball.
Yep, that's true.
No!
So
In the house.
We must protect this house.
I thought you were starting Edwards in the 2 spot. I guess
He-
not.
I moved
changed
the
it.
lineup like 5 minutes before the game started. I moved up the players that did well against Daniels.
What
the
a
first
genius
playoff
move.
game.
You should have been keeping your eyes on the road, but I still agree with these moves. Wow, so you got to be feeling good about that move right now. solo shot right to start off the game.
He doesn't have a ton of power either. It's like in the 70s. So
Oh, here comes Hobson again. What? I had a sneaking suspicion this was going to be a low-scoring game, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Buckingham, Hancock, and Widger can bring the party.
I called 14-6, so I'm sticking with it.
14-6. Wait, who's winning?
he had Perry winning.
Okay. So that the
Fielded
even
by the
though
second baseman.
yeah, even though he was confused why he was on the wrong side of the field, he was still able to get it. Well, he hasn't thrown it yet. He might throw it to third base. Oh, all right. We didn't talk about Hancock, but he's a hell of a hitter too.
He is. I like him. He fell in the draft. I feel like
He did.
a few rounds more than he should have, I think.
He was like a 11th, 12th rounder or something. Like it was.
Oh no, I think he was a 6th or 7th rounder or
Oh.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was considering him in like the 4th or 5th.
Oh,
He just kept falling.
Slick,
His
you
double
gonna
play?
turn two?
This is Edwards. I don't know if he can pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
you got there.
the center fielder's at second. This is
This is like a backyard baseball.
yeah. It's like
game. People playing out of position.
yeah. He's doing the shift. It's just he forgot one person, so there's nobody at first.
This game speed that's double plays in slow motion.
It's almost painful. It's like watching yourself get into a car wreck.
Slick, were you in PA when you made that lineup change?
No, I was already in Connecticut.
Okay, talking shit about Pennsylvania. I thought maybe that was going to work out for you.
I drove through Harrisburg and Reading and all that. Took the turnpike.
That's my Harrisburg. That's my AA team now.
Oh, nice. Julio Tate coming up. Okay,
I'm base
so
guy.
yeah, like getting him on because Craig Thompson is legit.
Yeah, it's a bad sign when Daniels is giving up walks.
Oh my God, it's all on Brent Daniels. We just talked about him being the slug of the lineup
Yeah.
and
wonder-
playing out of position.
I wonder if I don't know. Right now, I would start like if I had the ability to make in-game changes, I would almost be thinking about pulling Daniels right now because he's not looking like he does when he has the good games. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, he averages one walk a game, and he's already given up his walk. Let's see if this gets turned, though. Oh no, it didn't get turned.
Didn't get turned. Wow, charity.
Oh,
Blew
oh
it.
my God! If this is an error, it
I
will
know.
be devastating.
It will. Yeah, charity has bad.
It's an error. You'll see it in slow motion.
Yeah.
Charity does not have a great glove. That's the knock
doesn't.
on him. And those guys love to give up terrible errors in the playoffs.
That's where he got his name. He likes to give runs back.
That's
Yeah.
right. All right, bottom of the second.
Another. That's one of those ones.
There you go.
Another strategy that Perry uses. He has his infield cut to where the blades of grass shift over to second base, so balls that would go to Charity actually spin over to what's his name, Hobson.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hobson. Yeah, we have the fans going and everything.
Oh, Jacobson with his 90+ DI.
Mhm.
He
Walk there.
is what was that guy's name that only hit home runs or walked or struck out?
You
In
talk
Played
about
for the Reds.
MLB.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking
famous
about.
for it.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, so I can't think of his name right now.
Well, in the YouTube comments, somebody put the name of the guy.
No, Richie Sexton. That's he used to do that.
He was a Brewer. Yeah.
He was a strikeout or home run guy.
Yeah.
He didn't turn the double play.
No, I didn't.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, you got a ghost runner.
Yeah, that's one annoying thing in the play-by-play is when it loses track of who's on base. Oh, We're redoing that this year for sure.
Good.
Yeah, Harrison is pitching beautifully so far.
Yeah, Harrison's looking really good.
See
No hits.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Oh, but it's the second inning. If it was the seventh, I wouldn't probably say it.
See, Daniels can strike out humans. There you go. House coming off
Yeah, House
home
is
run
gonna.
last time.
Oh God! Warning track ball though.
More, yeah, everything's a warning track ball in this park.
Yep. The infield is the warning track. All right.
Parks almost went through the wall when he made that catch.
Nice.
What do you guys think? Should we go up to 4 or leave it here?
Yep, 4.
4 is good.
Okay. I'll slow it down if anything really crazy starts happening.
Okay.
So Harrison is he's getting walks. I mean, you guys are getting walks.
Wow.
You always
And
do, but Harrison's making up with those ground balls. That's how
And
getting
he's
out of
getting
it.
ground balls to himself. I don't know what his range is, but it's helping his cause.
I love those high range pitchers. I'm telling you.
Yep. Man, Harrison is looking good, but Buckingham back to the top of the lineup. He got through unscathed that first run through. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, a lot of ground balls. 3 ground balls in a row.
I mean, games like this can turn on a dime, but so far, yeah, I think that 60% confidence was right on. Oh, and John Edwards is psychic.
Leadoff single.
God, he is just a nightmare to deal with.
See, there's those balls spinning to second instead of short.
Yep.
You know how hard it is to hit a single in this park? He almost got thrown out by the right fielder.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, Widger, turn it.
Okay, let's see. Now you'll turn this double play because we know it's going to what's his name?
Hobson.
Hobson.
Nope.
No.
Strike
Oh,
out.
strikeout, Bob. Oh, I didn't hear Bobcat. Is he muted?
We got to count how many ground balls in a row Harrison can get. So far, that's 4 in a row, I believe. Maybe 5.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, solo shot.
There it is.
Well, you knew it was
Jody
coming,
Widger
right?
Goes deep, 545 to left center. That is a. Oh no!
Back to back.
Back to back. Jack.
I was about to say, this is a bad sign if they're solo shots, but you know, I could live with back to back.
Oh, and now, this.
Jacobson, the guy who doesn't hit singles, hit a single.
Oh, I mean, that is not devastating by any means, but it was a blow to the morale of the franchise 4. They're like the franchise 3.5 right now. All right, so let's pause for just a second there. So I actually paused because it looked like CK was coming in, and I didn't want him to jack up our flow. All right, we'll keep going. I'll do a 7th inning stretch, but 2-1. Obviously, the tying run is at the plate, so no problems. Oh, Elvis Presley. Oh, and he steals in scoring position for Carroll.
Lowest team in the tournament.
Let's see what Lauren House can do. Oh man, that was a golden opportunity there. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm still pretty confident there's 17 runs to be scored in this game.
Yeah, I think so. Hobson, the star of the show so far defensively. And then back to Buckingham. So, I mean, still Harrison is pitching a hell of a game.
He is. I need to get him out of there.
2 hanging curves is the difference in this game right now. back to Ogden. I mean, we're at the center of the lineup here. The psychic is coming up. John Edwards, who is a clutch hitter. There, he's on base.
It's his best hitter for sure.
Yep, for Ozzy Osbourne. Boom! Yeah, suckers.
Felt that one
ball
coming.
is gone. You saw that coming?
I felt it.
Yeah.
He was due.
Osborne turned it right back around. The franchise.
It's hard to get a walk off that guy, so it was good to have.
Yeah, you got to put it in
someone
the
on base.
seats.
Yep.
Man, gosh, this game just keeps. This is a slugfest back and forth. Man, got to feel good about that, Slick. Especially against Daniels. You know, he was kind of settling in there. It was starting to look like he was going to.
Because it was looking like it.
More than likely going to pitch a complete game unless you can hit him out of the game. But we got Widger and Charity coming up. The two big. Oh no! I spoke too soon. Hancock's on base.
House has a lot of errors. He's a catcher playing first base, so
He really did. He moved everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Come on, Charity. Come on, Charity, please. Please, fingers crossed.
Oh,
all right, Jacobson. Let's go, Jacobson.
Jacobson's a 98 slugger
With 2 MVPs.
with 2 MVPs. Oh,
strikeout. And he's not even a strikeout guy. Oh, this is just bad luck. This is just
Lily's
bad luck.
a 94 slugger. Oh, and he hit a single, but it's not going to be enough. You can't.
No, not in this
score from
park.
Second.
All right.
Oh, walked the runner.
He walked in a run.
Oh, we're tied.
he's going to get pulled right about now, I think.
Oh my God. Oh, my
they left him in for
God.
Parks because lefty
Dropped
matchup.
out the side.
Yeah. Yep. It was a good
Locked in
move
a run.
keeping him in for that lefty-lefty matchup.
Are we going to do 7th inning stretch?
Yeah, in between the top and the bottom.
Okay.
Daniels, Presley. I mean, this game's getting good. I'm so excited. This one's going to go to the end here. I think we might go 27 innings.
I hope not. I'm tired.
Zamora's on base though.
Oh, here comes House. House already has a home run. Let's see.
Oh,
Strikeout.
all right.
Hey, Slick, get House a first baseman. He doesn't even have to use his catcher's mitt at first base. That's probably what all the
That
errors
is what the problem is.
That's definitely it.
All right. So 7th inning stretch. It's 3-3. This could not be any better. Perry, you start. Tell me what your thoughts are so far, and what do you think is about to happen? No, I don't. That's like asking you to jinx yourself. Just give me your take on what's happened so far.
So I feel like my opportunity to score a lot of runs may have already happened because you had my 2 MVPs, Charity and Jacobson, who are just the best hitters, right? They like the ultimate, the guys you want up with guys in position with the game on the line, and it went strikeout. So even though we did get a run to tie it up, and I'm thankful for that, that was a huge opportunity wasted. Like that was my chance to really break the game open. And then the other 2 runs were solo shots. And in the pregame, I had said, if I do hit my home runs, I need to have people on base. And so honestly, I'm not feeling great right now because, you know, my opportunity to score, it may have come and gone, but you know, it's tied up and anything could happen in 3 innings. You know, really anything could happen.
And you have one more run through your entire lineup at this point. So, Slick, what are you thinking?
I mean, if this game goes to the bottom of the 9th or extra innings, it's tied. It's just not going to be good. It's one swing of the bat at that point, and you know, that's what home field advantage is all about. So he's won more games at home than any other team, and there's a reason why. So if I'm gonna win this, it's gonna be the next run through the lineup. I got two more innings, and after that, if it's tied, I don't like my chances.
You know, in some of the leagues that I have a fully minimized park, extra inning games in my park, I win like 80% of them. And I think that it is just because, you know, you can, anything can finish with one swing of the bat, and I build those teams around slugging. So I think your point is well taken, but at the same time, it sure seems like you have the hitters designed to push a run in, but I don't know. We'll see. Bob, what are you thinking?
So it's 6 runs scored. I called it was going to be a 14-6 game. So I think it still could end up that way.
Look at those pitching lines. Those guys are almost identical. I mean, they're really having very similar games, and they're both still in. But bottom of the 7th, the party
Harrison
wolves coming to bait.
Harrison might be pulled soon. I had the poll at 0%, and he went into the game at 90%. So he's had a few walks here.
Oh yeah.
If he comes in this inning, it'll be his last.
You don't have to share it if you don't want to, but about where is your toast? Is it set high or low?
I think it's 5 or 6 right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll get pulled for that. It'll be depending on his pitch count, which, you know, you can't see here, but.
Yeah, that toast does come into play if there's, you know, something like a back-to-back walk or something like that in a later inning. I don't know exactly what the calculation is, but that's how it feels in my head. But we'll see. He's not a guy that walks too many people either. He loves putting those balls in play and on the ground, which based on the pregame, that's actually happened so far, with the exception of those, you know, 2 big bombs. But all right, let's do it. Going to bottom of the 7th, and I believe Hobson is leading it off.
Just got a text from Pimp. He says go Party Wolves.
That was nice of him. Aguiar did come in to pitch, so you were right, Slick.
He knows his team.
Yeah, he was right on. Okay, top of the lineup, leadoff guy just got on. Hancock is a killer. Oh no!
He's a speed guy.
Oh no!
But,
Yeah, no, he's
not fast enough.
Wow.
I mean, that wasn't a bad time to try to steal by any means. That was probably the ideal time to try it with the ideal guy. So can't feel bad about it, but
Yeah, Hancock was ground ball, so it would have been double play anyway. So
yeah,
can't get mad about that.
no. Okay, so Slick, that's a lease on life now, because you both got 2 innings for it, and the psychic is coming up.
What you can't see on game view is that was actually the hidden. Oh,
All that. Wow.
Oh, the psychic goes yard. Oh, that is something. Bob, what were you going to say about it?
I was going to say that caught stealing was actually a hidden ball trick. He has a catcher on first base.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
The hidden ball trick. Oh, man. So now this puts a lot of pressure on this lineup of Perry's.
Yeah. See, this is where I would bring in a closer now, but because I got to hold him here.
Yeah, and the middle lineup's coming up. Charity and Jacobson. If he's going to do it, it has to happen right here.
Yeah. It's a real game situation. You'd bring in your closer here.
You would. Absolutely. You would bring in your closer here. In the playoffs, without a doubt. Josh Hader. Oh boy. Oh, that puts Terry in a bad way.
Tough.
You can't give up another run here. You got to keep it a 1-run game because you got sluggers.
Butterfield's the closer.
I mean, you got sluggers, so there's still a chance, but you just can't give up a run here. Oh,
And
it's
I just
the
did.
worst hitter. And it's the worst hitter.
You get that guy's terrible. Yeah.
Daniels is like a 50.
Uh,
Oh man.
well, you know what? Daniels. I feel like Kevin Daniels gave that up to his little brother.
Oh
So
yeah, I didn't think about that. There could be collusion.
I think there's collusion here. So
Okay. All right.
All right. I
So-
put Butterfield in. It all comes down to that.
Is Butterfield coming in for sure?
He's the closer. He's got to be coming in. It's a
Okay,
it's
so
a safe situation,
and you got it
yeah,
turned on. Okay.
absolutely. And he's at like 39%. So
So
see how good of
that
a
means,
decision this is.
I mean, that clears up any chance of him pitching the next game.
Yeah, if he blows it, then I'm really screwed.
Well, no, but well, yeah, because I see what you're saying. You lose the game and you lose him. Not that you would have started him probably on 60, but who knows? Okay, Perry, 2 runs, you got to get them. And who's coming up? It's Lilycraft Parks. Now, I think, keep in mind, Slick, Bobcat, that both these guys, or all 3 of these guys, have 93, 94 slugging. So they're all bangers. But
Parks is a lefty.
And Parks is a lefty. Yep. All right, Perry, you ready?
This is the season.
This is the season right here. This is an elimination game, elimination inning. It doesn't get better than this. Tournament champions. God love you both. Here we go.
Yep. See what these guys are made of.
Yep. I'm gonna make it 3 here too. Oh man, this is what playoff baseball is all about. I can't believe this. All right. Butterfield comes in to pitch.
Guy knows his team.
This guy's a stud. And he's at 39% or whatever. So he's not in for long, but he might not need to be.
Is that a little blood I see on his sock?
All right. Arts and crafts, Mario Craft coming up. He needs to get on base to give hope. Oh, fly ball to the right. And it all sits on Parks and possibly Hobson.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking great. 2 outs in the 9th. They're ready to run out of the dugout. And that's
And he
it.
got him.
Strikeout. Boom. Oh my gosh. That is the game, folks. We have the franchise 4 with an upset at home against the both number 2 teams. Number 2 teams ended up winning. Perry, I got to start with you. How are you feeling? Obviously not great, but gave it a hell of a run.
Yeah, I wrote down about 15 excuses before the game. I'd like to just read those off real quick. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun season. Me and Slick had a good rivalry. It's been not a good time for the regular season winners. I'll tell you that. The people who won their divisions, they're dropping like flies.
It's been a bit of a jinx. Let's get back to the screen share here for a second. And let's see. So this is the box score from the game.
Didn't score enough runs. That's just all there is to it.
So, but you did get the 2 walk to 10 strikeout ratio. So Daniels did his thing. On the other side, Slick, I think Harrison did like yeoman work. Nothing particularly amazing, but he got saved by the bullpen, huh?
He did. I'm happy with how my managerial decisions worked out there. It could have easily gone south. I was in a tough situation, but I had to manage for this game because Game 7 was not going to be in my favor if there was one. And so,
well, and Butterfield's down to 29, so you will get him back for Game 2 of the next series. So that did end up working out. Boy, look at that. I mean, it was 5 home runs. 4 of the 5 were solo shots.
Yeah. Yep. No solo shots. That inning though, when you had 2 people on, and then you had 2 people on, I think no outs with Charity and Jacobson up. I mean, those are the scenarios that you draft for, that you dream of, that you want to put your team in that position.
Yep.
And it just didn't go my way. So But I think if I'm in those type of positions in a close game, I would love to be in those positions every single game if I could. And I think most of the time it'll fall in my favor.
Well, and yeah, the two guys that have been are your heart of the lineup with Widger and Charity. They did their job. Jacobson got on base twice. Like the right people did it. It's just like when you look at this series, I think I have.
It's timely hitting though, is what matters, not just hitting in general.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at this series, it's, you know.
So in that inning you're talking about, Slick brought in Aguiar, and he and I had spoken about him a couple times. In the draft, he was the guy that was sitting at the top of the charts because of his salary, and everyone kept on passing on him. So I got the draft list pulled up here. He was 12th round, 95th pick overall. Decent numbers, but in a superstar field that we had, we could see why he fell. But Slick picked him, and he sealed the deal in one of the biggest spots.
Wow, that's a good take there. Slick, were you feeling like you were actively managing salary, so you ended up being able to nab this guy, or did it just end up working out?
Managing salary?
Yeah, like when you were drafting, were you like, or there's no salary cap?
Yeah, there's no salary.
Yeah, there's no salary cap with this one, so it didn't even matter.
It was about the right time to take him though in the 12th. I think if Slick hadn't, I was eyeing him.
Yeah, he's had him do everything this year. 14 saves, 12 wins.
Yeah, if you look at my entire rotation, I think I had 9 guys starting. So everybody, I almost took almost all my rotation guys, my pitch hitters all had the endurance to be able to start. So you'll see. Look at my hitters too. I mean, there's 100 and
look at this. Games played. Look at that.
Games played. Yeah. I don't think I hardly had any CFAT at the end of the season, so I had some flexibility on how I wanted to use them. So I think it was
started here. Yeah, I mean, why do you hate Peter Nelson? Wouldn't even let him start a game.
Actually, for this game 6, I threw him. He's a little bit of a liability. I threw him in the pitching rotation, so he wasn't going to see the ball today.
Yeah, I mean, look at what a great season Charles McCoy had. Boy, oh boy! And so
he's the one who pitched. He's the one who pitched game 1. He's more or less my 4th or 5th starter, and
yeah, you pitched him on game 1, and that's what I was so confused by, because like he did have an incredible season, but I assumed there was a lot of drones because his attributes aren't like an ace type.
Absolutely, yeah. He pitched. I don't think he pitched against any humans all season. So
yeah. But then you pitched him in game 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
Overthinker.
So it was a little bit of overthinker. It was one of those 5:30 in the morning. I'd set the alarm clock and I made the change, and I regretted that one. But
yeah, but it all worked out. Slick, congratulations, man. Now, I mean, here, let me just clear the elephant in the room here for a second, because I feel like Slick, we all deserve an apology, because if you remember, you said that the redraft guys had an unfair advantage, and here you are, the champion of your division. You beat the guy that created redraft. He is the forefather. We will accept your apology whenever you would like to begin.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
Yeah, well, I'll say that our season series was even, and this playoff race probably couldn't have been closer, because I think I would have been.
You lost. One of the games was decided by a walk-off walk.
Yeah.
And and I had couch in game 7, so I don't know. I think very even.
It was a great series.
So even with my redraft experience advantage, he showed up well.
Yeah. And so now let's just thanks for being a good sport there, Perry. I appreciate that. Now let's look at the real bad guys here for a second, because I think we'd all agree Pimp is one of the worst humans on the face of the earth.
Oh, of course.
And now Slick is going to have to be David against the proverbial Goliath here, because I think most people putting their money on Pimp here, Slick. So what? Without
Well,
giving away any secrets, what are you thinking?
Well, I have a good
Jesus,
feeling
look
about
at
the series because I have Bobcat rooting for me now. And that's the first time that's the first time in his life I think he's ever rooted for Slick. So
Is that true, Bobcat?
Um,
Like he hasn't even decided if he's rooting for you. I can tell he's.
no, I actually think, just like without looking at it too much, I think Slick will win this, and I think he'll probably win it in 5 or 6. I don't know. I'm really surprised that I didn't do better against him, especially against his lefty.
I am too. I actually thought you were going to win that series.
And he said the same thing. So who knows?
you know, and I got to give JPEX credit. His team really underperformed. He drafted, I thought, really well, and I felt like he probably could have been here. Even I mean, in my place, it's just how things happen. But JPEX had my number. He swept me at the beginning of the year. He swept me at the end of the year. He had 2 lefties, and I think that was a difference in this series. Perry did not have a strong left-handed pitcher to nail down my left-handed hitters like John Edwards and some of the other guys. So I had 3 left-handed sluggers that were really strong. So I haven't had a chance. I didn't want to get ahead of myself. I look at Pimp's. I know I was 5-4 versus him this year, and I took a quick glance. I think at the winners of those games, but I'll do a deeper dive and see. I feel like I have. He's going to have home field advantage by. We had the same record, but I think he'll have home field advantage because of his divisional record. He's got that advantage, but I think my team's probably better overall, but we'll see what happens.
That's the first time I ever saw sort by team. How did you do that?
Well,
By
it's,
Opponent, yeah, you can do that.
yeah, but
Okay.
it's not working.
It works
there we go.
because it's at and it does the home and away.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, so here's the at your place.
Yeah, Harrison won a couple games there.
Yeah.
So you're looking at Pimp's schedule here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just on his.
It's back up there. You passed it.
There we go. Wait. You
There's that
played
Charles.
him once at
9
home?
times. Yeah, 2 away and one series at home. That's how those splits go with the extra divisional games.
Oh yeah. For some reason, I was thinking you guys were together. So
See,
this Charles
McCoy. Yeah, he's the guy who went game 1 against Perry. He's probably not gonna go again against Pemp, but I threw him in there because I had to get another start in there, and I wasn't really prioritizing Pimp's games during the regular season.
Yep.
Definitely, James Hull's definitely going to go in game 1 for him for sure.
Oh yeah. And I won't have Butterfield. I'll have to go Butterfield game 2 probably, but if even that, I don't know if he's going to be ready. But
yeah, this James Hull, I mean, that guy's a killer. But well, no, he will fare well in. Wait, does he have home field or do you?
he, like I said, I believe he should have home field because of the divisional. He has a better divisional record, which makes me franchise 4, the 4 seed. So that sounds like a winning formula.
Were you guys tied in record?
Yeah.
Oh,
because JPAC swept me at the end. So.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy how every game matters, right? Like that's significant. But one thing I didn't check is, he has a small park.
He does. It's pretty small.
Well, so this might not be bad for you though, because I mean, it almost doesn't matter because Hull's that good, but that is his highest power pitcher. It probably doesn't matter though. He's just too good.
I'm actually more worried about the lefties. Hull's gonna do what he does, but those lefties, they're gonna mess with my lineup. Yeah.
He's the only one you're going to see. Pineda's the only one you're going to see.
Yeah.
That's the only one he pitches. He pitches him and Jones or Brown or something like that.
Okay.
Brown. Yeah.
Well, they
no,
can still
he's
come
a
out of the
righty.
bullpen though.
Yep. And yeah. Well,
Cesar Campbell's the one who absolutely destroyed me this year. His number 2 hitter.
yeah, that's one of those guys that I just love to have, who's like 80s, mid 80s, all the way across. Like those guys just always seem to do everything right. And he has 3 of those guys, Campbell, Hinton, and Martin. That's like the secret to his success. So there we go. Game 6 in the books. Perry just had an incredible season, finished in first place. Unfortunately, playoffs get to be a coin flip, but you had a hell of a season. You had a great draft. Congratulations on that. Slick, even bigger congratulations. You move on, my friend, to face Pimp, who you've had several rivalries with through the years. So I wish you luck. Please come back and let's do one of these with Pimp. That would be awesome. Any final words from the divisional champ?
Well, first of all, thank you, Zubaz, for this. This is amazing, the Tournament of Champions, and it's been an amazing trip. I mean, and I'm glad that I won. I appreciate everybody's involvement. Perry, I mean, excellent season. Just a great run, and I feel actually pretty lucky to be in this position. You know, we had a lot of talks throughout the season, but you know, a lot of respect, and we'll definitely run into each other again. So, and Bobcat as well. Good times.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Well
So
done.
another one of these in 4.5 hours for CK and J Dub's Game 7 at 6 a.m.
Oh
Saw
yeah,
that.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to
not-
wake up early.
I'm not waking up. I'm sleeping real good tonight.
Yeah,
Excellent. Should be
that's
fun.
awesome. All right. Well, we will keep track of what's happening next. Hang right there, guys. But to everybody watching, until next time, we are out of here.